it's Mike Mad Dog Mad in the street talking other stuff. I'm not. I can't. I tried to pull that off. I can't do it. Dan Coons filling in for Mike Mad Dog McNaughty today. He is indisposed, but we love you, Mike, and we are definitely thinking about you today. I am Dan Coons, and normally when Mike begins his 1/2 hour of live nonsense every Monday here at 10 a.m., he starts out with a lame joke that he creatively acquires from one of the late night comics. Nothing against Jimmy Fallon or Jimmy Kimmel or Stephen Colbert or Seth Meyers or any of those guys. I didn't do that. I don't watch late night television. I am very much unconscious by 11:30 on a weeknight. So we will dispatch with the usual shenanigans that Mike takes us through. And when we come back, it is our good buddy Matthew Pippin, thespian extraordinaire, a super duper creative talent. He's done everything, and now Matthew Pippin is a published author. He will be my guest when we come back. Street Talk and other stuff. Don't go away.
Are you dealing with a pest or weed issue and you just don't know what to do?
We use the best pest control methods approved for areas with kids and pets.
Whether it's rats, mice, ants, or spiders,
or something else altogether.
We provide the coaching and solutions you're looking for.
And you can know that your dollars are supporting a local, family-owned and operated business.
Allow us to help you get back to living healthy and pest-free. Harvest Valley Pest Control.
The Clearwater Saloon and Casino has the best Vegas-style games in East Wenatchee. Come enjoy yourself and discover the nightly action. Win big and meet new friends at the Clearwater Saloon and Casino.
When your heating or cooling system is giving you trouble, call the diagnostic doctor from Dick's Heating and Air Conditioning.
here's the culprit right here.
All joking aside, when you call Dick's, you're calling 35 years of experience at customer service right here in the Wenatchee Valley. Dick's strongly believes in repairing before replacing, and they service all major brands of HVAC units.
In today's environment, risk management assessment is a crucial process for your business. Risk assessment will identify, evaluate, and mitigate hazards. Don't let risk impact your business income, reputation, operations, and your overall success. We can give you peace of mind by transferring your business risks to the insurance providers. Call Stacy at August Edge Insurance today to schedule a risk management assessment for your business.
I am Dan Coons. Think of me as a taller, thinner version of Mike McNaughty with, of course, obviously more hair and considerably younger, I might add. Matthew Pippin is joining us. Again, Michael couldn't be here. Hopefully he'll be here next Monday. You know, we're thinking about you, Mike. Matthew Pippin is no stranger to the NCP Live channel, to Street Talk and other stuff, to my show, Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. A Wenatchee native, born and raised here. I headed off to the big city 22, 23 years ago, theater. Mm-hmm. You knew you were going to do that, get going, right? From the very start, you knew that you were going to be
That's all I ever wanted to do. And I
performing.
look back at that time, because the only school I applied to was the one I went to. What a stupid thing to do, you know, looking back on it. What a stupid kid. But I did, and that was the school I went to. I went to the American Musical and Dramatic Academy, and yeah, that's what I did.
What was the epiphany growing up? What show was it that you went to and you sat in the audience?
Oh, I was
and you
in
went,
it.
I want to do that?
It was Pinocchio, Don't
Get out
Smoke
of town.
That Cigarette.
Really?
I was in that, and I was just bit, and a friend of mine had wanted to go to this audition, and I remembered, because it was for a play, and I thought, well, I like to play.
Well, how old were you? How long ago was this?
Oh, in the late 80s.
Okay, so you were basically a young man.
Oh, just a kid.
Yeah, well, 16?
Six.
6.
I was born in 82.
Oh, Jesus. Now you're making me feel old. I thought Mike was old. So you were just a kid.
Yeah, and I've always been fascinated by it. And I'm in some respects in the theater, I still am, because it's all play and pretend, you know, and it's funny that sometimes you don't you wind up in a sandbox with someone you don't like to play with, but it's still kind of the same thing, that you're not doing it right. I have a lovely time, and I learned so much at AMDA, but it took me years to figure out what I had learned there, to apply it. And only life can teach you that kind of stuff.
Is that the challenge of being an actor, is that you have to perform on stage in front of a group of people and sell a believable character, even if you don't much even care the character or even have anything in common with it?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And it's almost like, here's an entry-level position, must have 10 years experience. It feels like that sometimes, that you go in and, I don't know what the hell is happening here. I've never done that. Or some of the characters I've played, mean killers or racists or Nazi one time. That's not me, and you got to find their heart, and what makes them beat. Because if you don't like a character, it shows, and that you're not having a good time. But I will say, playing that Nazi, I'd go home and cry every night. During the show, I played him like a very happy Batman villain, and just a very nice, but as the show went along, I would darken his temples and under his eyes, just a touch. And each scene, to where the end I wouldn't blink when I was talking, and because I think it's creepy. And Jamie Donegan directed that show, and he said, you're really creepy during that. And so I hope so, because I'm a Nazi. And if anybody out there, if I didn't lose anybody when I took off that coat and was wearing the swastika, I don't want them, to like me. So there was. I think that answered your question. Very long, drawn-out way.
You're sought after now. I mean, okay, there's going to be a show. It doesn't matter who's putting it on, Music Theater, or Jamie with the Hot August Nights, or any of the fantastic theater folk around here. They, for the most part, they want you to be in their show. Almost everybody I've talked to, they say, yes, we're going to have a casting call, but boy, if Matthew tries out, he has the upper hand. I mean, you're sought after.
Well, that's because I bully him into it. Use me, please. No, there's some shows that and some people, I'd play a tree just to work with them. They're just wonderful people. And I have such a good time. Life is too short. And being in a valley like this, where it's small, and you're going to wind up running into the same people a lot in different capacities. And it's much more fun to just make it fun and keep the drama on the stage, but off stage, just have a good time, and laugh, and otherwise.
What's your advice to people? Right now, there's a great show going on at the Riverside Playhouse.
Last 5 years.
Yeah, it's really good. It's Music Theater's fall.
I was supposed to see it Saturday, and I took a nap and slept through it. I'm so mad at myself, so I'll have to go this weekend.
I'm going to use this as an example. We went there and filmed an interview a couple days before opening night. And there were a lot of people there who were just there to help out. They showed up and they talked to Tanya, and they said, we're just here to help. What can we do? Mike Locke was one of them. He wasn't involved in the production. He goes, I just want to make sure the sound is okay and you're happy with the lights. And a couple other people just showed up just to help her out. And that speaks volumes for the theater community here, doesn't it?
Absolutely. And we really do look after each other. Most of us, I'll say. There's always a few bad apples that you think, oh. But, and I won't name names.
Oh, that's okay. Name names.
Okay,
I have no problems with
Mike
that.
McNulty. And his daughter, Marie. Oh, my goodness. Two divas in the same family. Who knew? No, they're lovely people. And I brag about Marie all the time. And Mike, but people know. They know Mike,
Have you been in the show that Mike has directed? He hasn't directed too many. What show was it?
Yeah, I was in Exit Laughing.
Oh, yes, yes.
And before
that was 2020. No, 2020. He did one even before that.
2015 was Streetcar Named Desire.
Yes.
And I played the doctor in that.
What's tell me about Mike's directorial style?
Well, he knows what he wants. He gets in and he's got everything blocked out and ready to go. He's prepared and knows exactly what he wants, but he does let the actors try little things that he's not so controlling, that, pardon me. And I'm a big believer in that I'll say, well, I know what I'd like to see, but that doesn't mean I know everything. You might know something better. Let's try it. And I'm very big on letting actors
If you know your lines and you know where to stand when you deliver your lines, you're about 85% there, right?
Yeah, well, yeah, knowing the lines is once you're done with that, that's all play then. How many different ways can I say this and act it? And yeah, that's what that's all about.
So we just ate up the first third of the show talking about theater. That's not why Matthew is here. The guy.
No, but I know more about that, you see.
It's a fascinating story. It's what happens when you go through old boxes and find something that you did and you decided to keep on doing it. How Matthew became a published author on Street Talk and Other Stuff when we come back.
Let Merry Maids custom cleaning experts help you clean up your to-do list. Between work, kids, and pets, it's hard to find time to keep up. Let Merry Maids of Wenatchee help. Merry Maids cleaning experts can help keep your home or business fresh, neat, and exactly how you'd clean it, if only you had the time. Call now for a free estimate, 509-663-1710. Serving Chelan and Douglas counties, Merry Maids, let us help.
At D.A. Davidson in Wenatchee, they believe your investment success begins with a personalized plan. A plan that is the roadmap you need to navigate your way to living your best years in retirement. D.A. Davidson can help you create a plan so you can take the time to enjoy the finer things in life. Let the financial advisors at D.A. Davidson help chart your retirement future today.
Hey, welcome back to Save Mart. What can we help you find today?
We're looking for a mattress.
Oh, right this way. We got a large selection. We have this pillow top here.
Oh, comfortable.
We have more to choose from down here. Oh. I think I have the perfect one over here for you.
I guess we'll take this one.
You'll find it at Save Mart. Full service at a low, low price.
Blue Lagoon Pool and Spa, located on South Wenatchee Ave, has the largest selection of spas and swim spas in town. Stay cool this summer in an artesian swim spa and use it all year long. We enjoy helping families reconnect one spa at a time. Hot tubs are proven to improve sleep and decrease arthritis pain. Our passion is water, so please bring us a water sample, and we will help you diagnose your pool or spa water for free. Blue Lagoon Pool and Spa, your pool and spa experts.
Welcome back to Street Talk and Other Stuff. I'm the new and improved Mad Dog McNaughty alongside Matthew Pippin. We talked a little bit about theater. We kind of got off kilter a little bit. Let's get the train right back on the tracks. Yeah, well, what do you do? You, my friend, have written a book. There it is.
Look familiar.
9 Strangers. I believe we have a shot of there. It is behind you.
Well, and I've also got the earrings, too.
didn't
Jill
notice
Sheets
that.
made these at the chamber. She made me my little snowflake earrings. And the artist, his name's Almir Mesterleon, and he lives in Cuba. And he made this wonderful, wonderful snowflake with a drop of blood coming from it. I posed for him many times in artwork. We met in 2019 as I was doing The Elephant Man. And he helped keep me sane during the pandemic, because then he would send me suggestions and I'd send him poses. Yes, that's it.
Yeah.
That's Almir's work. And he asked me what I wanted the font to be for 9 Strangers, and I said, well, I'd like it to be Times New Roman. He says, boring. I said, but I want it to look like a headline, with what happens in the story, and I think it makes sense to me.
So it's the winter of 06, 07. You were living on,
148th and Broadway.
140, right in the heart of right close to Times Square, right in that general area. You had nothing better to do that winter? Talk about how this book came to be, why it sat for 15 years and why it's back.
Well, I used to write short, and I still do once in a while. I used to write short stories all the time to just please my head. And I'd call and I'd read them to my mom, and that'd be it. That was just, as if I liked it. If it was a stupid story, then that's just for me. And this started off as a short story, and I had been going to visit a friend of mine in Massachusetts, and the way the moon caught this lake one night, I thought, wouldn't it be terrible if we were to crash into that? And there's water that's so cold, and that's how it was going to start off, was how my story was going to be. My little short story was going to be this train crash and a guy trying to survive, and then he keeps waking up back where he started. And he keeps trying all these different routes, and it's the end, and it's just constant loop. That was the original story. And yet, when I started writing it, I couldn't stop. And by the time it was done, handwritten, it was 388 pages, and I read everything to my mother over the phone.
What was your phone bill in the winter of 07?
Yeah, back then, yeah, absolutely. And because there was no, I remember my first cell phone, I think I had 300 weekday minutes and 500.
You probably ate that out by Tuesday.
Oh, yeah. Oh, absolutely. That was the way of it. But yeah, so I'll read you the synopsis of it so you're not totally in the dark out there. And just after the Christmas holidays, a bus crash in upstate New York leaves 9 people fighting for their lives during one of the worst blizzards in recorded history of the Empire State. Not all is as it seems amongst the survivors in their isolated sanctuary, and it could be more than the frigid elements that death is using to collect them.
So it is a knee-slapping comedy good time, is what I'm thinking there, Matthew. So this started out as the genesis of you talking about the train, and the guy kept coming back, and it kind of morphed into what you have now.
Yeah, now it's a bus accident, a whole bunch of different people.
What came first, the characters and how they interact with one another, the actual element of that? Do you write chronologically, or do you say, hey, I have something here that I want to eventually fit into the pages of this book, but not right here?
No, I wrote chronologically, and there was only one thing that I went back and added, that at the end, and I thought, I want to add that in. And then seeing it 16 years later in that drawer, I thought, as I was reading along and typing it up thinking I should finish, what I started, there was times that working on this with my 24-year-old self, that I'd think, I want to add that in, and there that idea would be a page later or something, that, and I'd think, good job, kid. I was being nice because I wasn't very nice to me when I was younger. And it was nice to be nice to myself, Did
you pick it up where you left off, or did you?
I finished it. In fact,
I mean, why? I guess the question is, why did you stop to begin with? Why were you writing this book, and you were on obviously a creative role?
Well, no, I did finish writing it. I finished the story. In fact, because I had seen Stephen King do it, I had written in the dates of when I started and finished, and it was September 17th, 2006. And I finished it March 27th, 2007. Okay. Which happens to be World Theater Day. And then typed up February 22nd, 2023 to March 6th.
So the book was a completed beginning to end entity, and then it sat in a at your parents' place for 15 years.
Yeah, because it was like my short stories. It was just longer, and I'm done. And I had sent it to Mother and Dad, and there it was. My husband and I were down there in February, and we happened to, my father had signed me up for VFW donations and wanted me to put sticky notes on these desserts I'd make for donations. Mm-hmm. People being allergic to something or what have you. And, and so I was looking for those, and I couldn't find them anywhere. They had to be somewhere I saw sticky notes all over the place, but where are the ones I can write on? And pulling open, I found a drawer full of my playbills from New York and autographs that I used to get that I thought I had lost forever. And my father, who is a human valium, well, kid, you told us to hold on to it for you. I didn't know you still had it, and
parents, aren't they just amazing?
They're wonderful.
Yes.
I'd say everybody should have some. And, but yeah, and so then to find this when I was looking for my sticky notes, and I took a picture of the notebooks, and I hesitated to say anything. But I wound up messaging Almir, the guy that did this, and I knew then that I had jumped off a cliff in some way, that it was like, I got to finish what I started, damn it. And because even if nobody reads it, I can say, I did that.
So how much tweaking did you do from the time, here's the book I wrote 15 years ago that I found at my parents' place while I was house sitting, while they were on vacation. How much tweaking did you do from the original story that you finished in March? And
I cleaned up some things. I had a lot of people help edit.
Well, talk about some of the people who helped you out.
TJ Farrell, Terry Sloan, Christine Ringsrud, Jamie Johnson.
People.
Oh, yes. Smart, intelligent people that helped me out. And Ashley Peterson. And I have learned that, is there a word that you didn't know you were saying wrong or spelling wrong for a long time?
Yeah.
I never knew it was haphazard. I always thought it was haphazard.
Oh, no.
And one of the radar dames caught it and circled it, and I thought, what is she talking about? What is wrong with, you know? And I went and looked it up. Well, I'm 41 and I just learned it's haphazard. But in my defense, P and H are right together, and what sound does that make?
Yeah.
It's haphazard.
Yeah, exactly. Cut you some slack on that.
Yeah, but I honestly, I'm fascinated. I will never judge a book by a misspelled word again. Because hundreds of people, I think, could read it, and I know you're reading something, and you come along and you see, oh, they misspelled the word wait. How did they miss that? Well, 85,000 people missed it as they were trying to put this book together.
I have discovered in my reading the history that hardcover or paperback mass-produced books rarely have a typo. Kindles do. You see typos in Kindles that you shouldn't.
Yeah.
That kind of gets at me a little bit.
It does, and because I'm not a super intelligent person when it comes to the, this needs to, like I know where the quotation marks are supposed to be and all that, but as far as structure and layout.
The difference between a comma and a dash or a semicolon.
Yeah, or
right.
semicolons, I still don't quite understand that. And I do if there's like a separated list, but then after that, because somebody will say, why didn't you use a semicolon? I don't know, because I don't know. Don't.
Why publish this? I mean, it's something you're proud of. You want other people to read it and enjoy it. So you found it. And you said, let's get this out to the folks.
Yeah.
Is that what happened?
Yeah, kind of. I was like, why not? And I mean, like I said, even if nobody reads it, I did it, and it's something that when I fade to black, that I can look back, hopefully, and say, I did that, and even if nobody else did.
Well, where can people get this? First of all, if you're a Kindle person, you got to wait till January 1st.
Yeah, January 1st. Although I'm thinking I got to update that, because even my mother won't get the physical copy. She wants the Kindle.
Weren't we just finishing on parents not long ago?
Yeah, we were. Now it's...
Where do folks get that? Obviously, they're going to go to Amazon.
They can go to Amazon, but you have to be very specific. It's not 9 Perfect Strangers. If I'd known that title existed, I never would have done it. But 9 Strangers by Matthew Pippin. And actually, if you type in amazon.com/author/Matthew Pippin, spelled correctly, then you can find me.
What I did is I went to my Amazon page and I went specifically to books, not the main page where it's everything from vacuum cleaners to God knows what.
Yeah.
I went specifically to books. I went specifically to printed books. And then I typed in 9 Strangers. I typed in 9, N-I-N-E, and not the number 9, and it was the first thing that came up. That's what I did.
Oh, okay.
So just a heads up on that.
Although I find it fascinating that you said vacuum cleaners. Are you trying to say this sucks?
I would never do that
I
to you.
hope not. I didn't think so.
Matthew is a busy guy. I want to let you know what's on his plate between now and the rest of the year. When we come back, you're watching a special edition of Street Talk and Other Stuff because Matthew's here. We'll be right back.
And it's the first edition, too.
Stop by the Culinary Apple and elevate your cooking experience. With high-quality cookware, bakeware, and tools, you'll find just what you need. It's not too early to start thinking about the holidays. Pre-order your Apple gift packs and custom gift boxes now.
Located in the heart of downtown Chelan, Lake Chelan Sports is your best choice for outdoor apparel. Whether you're enjoying the lake or spending time with your family or simply relaxing, we have you covered. Welcome to Lake Chelan Sports.
Have you been to Boswell's Furniture lately?
Yes, Boswell's has an expansive 2-story showroom filled with so many great choices for our living room, dining room, and bedroom.
Did you know that Boswell sells directly from their store inventory, so we wouldn't have to wait to get our new furniture?
Yes, plus Boswell's has free local delivery and complimentary design service to help us with the layout and fabric choices.
No waiting and amazing customer service. I mean, why would we go anywhere else?
Boswell's on Easy Street. It's closer than you think.
Hey there, folks. Blueberry Carrie here to invite you on out to experience Blueberry Hills. Of course, the food is fabulous, like our cheese splints, our famous French dip, our legendary Eggs Benedict, and unforgettable burgers. But we're more than just great food. People come from all over the world to experience what's been called one of the best destination restaurants in the Pacific Northwest. So come on out and see what all the fuss is about. Blueberry Hills in Manson. It's where the world is coming to.
Können Sie mir das Problem sagen?
Meinen Zylinder überschwemmt. Flute, ich habe mein Fugen verloren.
Keine Sorge.
Global Car Care. We speak your car's language.
Fragen schließen. Hey, you.
Well, I got a leaky transmission, my head gasket's shot, and I could use some new brake pads.
That dog don't hunt.
Global Car Care. We speak your car or truck's language.
We are back. Before we get on to other things with Matthew Pippin, real quickly, we mentioned Amazon. You can't buy it locally, his new book, his only book, Nine Strangers. Talk about that.
On Wednesday, there will be copies of this, minus this is the proof copy, which means I can
Wednesday, this is Monday, October 16th as we do this, so let's get date specific.
16th, 17th, 18th. Wednesday the 18th, my book should be in. It'll be available at the museum, 127 South Mission Street, or Ye Old Books with Anna Marie there down on Palouse.
And you're going to have a book signing?
On December 13th. I thought, have it out for a little while.
Okay.
Of course, if anybody stops me and they want my signature, of course, I'm happy to give it to them. But
who proofread this and who said this is public? This is worthy of being published. You obviously vetted this through people who know this stuff.
Yeah, it was, Teresa Strong, who works at SkillSource, and is a dear friend of mine, and then Chris Ringsrud. Both of them because I said, I wanted to edit this, and Chris said, well, I don't know what you want me to edit here. And I'm like, well, tell me what I'm doing wrong, what I'm doing right. But she loved the story, and Teresa said she kept thinking about the characters. And Ashley Peterson, that doll, gave me a hell of a review. As she was trying to talk about the story with me, started crying. She said 3 times she just couldn't, she had to stop. And she was so moved. And that moved me to hear that. And I thought, well, might as well put it out. Both my editor and the guy that, Wayne Drumhiller in North Carolina helped me publish this. Both of them said that this feels like more like almost a script rather than a manuscript.
Is it? With your theater background? Do you see this as a play? Or?
I don't know. Maybe it could be. But I said it's 9 people stuck in a house. You know, what are they going to do but talk to each other? I hope. You know, but they said it was really dialogue heavy, that they liked it, but it was dialogue heavy. And I'm like, well, that's what people do.
Is there another book in this addled brain of yours that's percolating, or is it on paper?
What's next? Being edited now.
You want to give us a quick, or we have to wait until October next year?
No, I'm going to release that in May. Okay. But it's Almir's fault. And he kept asking me 2 questions specifically about this book, and I kept saying, look, that plot point was a MacGuffin. It's like the money in Psycho. It gets Mary into the motel, and then after that, it doesn't matter. And this one plot point, I kept saying, would you let it? And he wouldn't let it go. And because of that, I've got a book called The Green Suitcase that'll be coming out. And
Matthew, we got about a minute left. What's on your plate between now and
Radar Dames Burlesque Show at the Riverside Playhouse. They can get tickets at eventbrite.com for that. And immediately after that show, I'm doing the Rocky Horror Picture Show at the Performing Arts Center. And I'm also directing the Radium Girls at Eastmont High School.
And you're telling me that's doing great, guys?
It's doing great. Those kids are so talented, I can't even see straight. What a wonderful program that they have going on.
You like directing high school kids? Because they're so pliable, they're going to listen to anything you say?
They really do. Yeah. But I'm learning from them too, you know. That's what's marvelous. And I told them when I started, I said, I'm going to treat you the same way I was treated in high school theater. I'm not lesser than. We're all equals here. We're all here to put on a good product for people. And they're wonderful kids. Don't tell me I said that, though.
Again, the book is called Nine Strangers.
Nine Strangers.
By Matthew Pippin. If you go to Amazon, go to books specifically, and it's by Kindle, just books, and type in 9 Strangers, it will pop right up. There you go.
Released on what would have been Angela Lansbury's 98th birthday. Tribute to Jessica Fletcher.
And it's my tribute to Mike Magdog. We love you, Mike. Get back soon, buddy.
Rosie, we love you.
Ooh, I feel about as good as Mike does.
Star athletes.
Today, you'll meet a 5-star defensive back in Georgia and a lightning-fast wide receiver in Illinois. We'll also make stops in Arizona and Texas for some quarterback prospects. And former NFL offensive lineman Lomas Brown will share some memories in this week's Journey to Greatness. That's all coming up next on Sports Stars of Tomorrow. Welcome to Sports Stars of Tomorrow. I'm your host, Charles Davis. Georgia's been a great high school football state for a long time, but this year in particular, it's loaded with 5-star prospects. One of the best in the 2024 class does just about everything